Hello everyone, it's Tambarambaa here, also known as Tammy Klinger, to share another Art by Marlene art journal page. Thanks for joining me today. This one is like a double page, so I've actually created on both sides, so I'll go through the process with you. So I decided to use the Bunting Kit, and the beauty of these is they actually fit into your handy sized journal. So the little holes for the ring binders fit perfectly. So what I've done is I've actually grabbed a page out of my handy size album, and I've grabbed a black sheet, and then I've cut out using the largest bunting size to create a page with, you know, a bit of dimension, a bit of interest in my journal. So then I started working on one side first, and I used just grabbed some of Marlene's mixed media paper, which I love, and just trimmed it so that it's slightly smaller than the page. So I've put the black paper aside so I don't wreck it while I'm working, and I've simply just added some black paint, which is called pitch, in stripes down like horizontal stripes down the page. So I really like stripes as a background, and I knew I wanted to add some flowers, so I grabbed out one of the new stamps, but I end up actually not using it. But you definitely could use some of those flowers on this page. So what I remembered is that in the Arty paper pad in the Back to Nature, there is those gorgeous that gorgeous floral paper. So I've decided to cut some of those out, and I've also used a die cut that is from, I think it's called Flora and Fauna, which was called from the Bold and Bright range, and I've cut a yellow flower out from one of those. And then I'm just going through my new Paper Elements pad from the Back to Nature, and I'm just selecting. I love the black and white flowers and the black and white bits that are in there. I know the idea is to colour them up, and I will be doing that, but I absolutely love them just in the black and white with the pops of colour that Marlene has on everything else. So I'm just going through and pulling a few out and kind of working out where I want them on my page. So I'm pretty happy with that. And so now I just add a bit of Ballet, which is your pink, and some Cheesy, which is the new yellow, in splatters on the page. And dry those off, so that just gives a bit of a sort of arty background. And then what I will do is come in with those other pieces that I cut out or popped out of the Paper Elements, and I will adhere them with foam tape so that they sit up off of the page just in some clusters. So I was looking for my foam tape, so that's what I'm doing. Now I always have, as you could see before, I played around with where I wanted them on the page, but it always ends up slightly different when I stick them down. I think I'll remember how I had them, but I never seem to. So once they're all stuck down, it's time to put this onto the black card. So I just use double-sided tape so that it goes all the way around, and just adhere this, so it's really quick and easy, but I love that it adds a different look to your album, different size pages. Then I've come in with the text play stamp with Bold and Bright, and I'm just stamping, I chose the Simple Life just to add, and I love that just in the white cardstock with the black on top and a bit of pen scribble around the edge. It just ties in with those beautiful black and white flowers as well. So once that's done, that's pretty much that side finished, so nice and quick. So then we might as well do that other side while we're here. So I grabbed some leftover paper from the Bold and Bright scrap paper. I love these designs, so I've just trimmed again a bit of the paper to fit, and then I cut that die cut in half that I cut out in the yellow, and then I just start playing around with flower placements and thinking about where I want them and how I can make it work. So this bit is always, you know, changed my mind a few times. And I think I will come in and cut out some more paper from the Arty paper pad, some more of those flowers. And I'll go through the paper elements and grab a couple of more little flowers as well. So that one works really well with the colours. And I'll grab another little black and white one. So then I just kind of work out where I want to put them. And I also love that little bloom that's in the Paper Elements Back to Nature pack as well, and that fits perfectly. Yeah, so once they're cut out, I will just add a little bit of interest to the background. So I've popped those to the side, and then I've grabbed the Mixed Elements stamp set, and I've come in with that gorgeous little shape and just some black ink, and then I'll come in with the circular shape with the black ink, and then I think, yeah, I grab some of the punk neon paint, and with the little triangular stamp I just stamp a little bit of that as well. I guess there's some little bit hints of that purple in there, and I just wanted to bring that out a bit more. So then I dry it off, and then it's time to stick down all of those things that I'd cut out before. And as I said before, they always end up different to how I imagine in my head. But that's okay. It just shows that with Marlene's elements, it doesn't really matter too much where you put them. They always end up looking great. So I guess the only real thing is that I wanted to keep them in a cluster in the bottom corner, and that just draws your eye in and gives your eye somewhere to go in the page. So yeah, it's always good to have a cluster, and also to have those flowers. Like I said, I've cut some in half, but along some edges, so it looks like they're traveling off the page. So that's really it. I did think about colouring that bloom, but I ended up deciding to keep it in the black and white. And then I simply just add a little bit of black ink around the edge, I think, just so it will tie in really nicely to the black page. Oh, that's right. And after I do this, I actually do decide to add a little bit of white splatter to the background. So I cover up those little bits and then just add a little bit of splatter and dry that off. And then I will just stick that to the back of the other page that I created, again just using double-sided tape. And what I love about using the bunting as a page in your album is that it's slightly smaller. Like as I said, it fits the holes that are there, fits the rings perfectly. But as it's slightly smaller, you'll see the other pages peeking through. So you can see you can have it either way in your album. You can have whichever side you want to the front, but I have photographed it on the white pages just so you can see it a little bit better. So I'll leave you with a few close-ups, and I'd love you to leave me a comment. I love reading all your little comments and knowing you were here. Thanks, bye.